Alrighty then, back once again for another reaction. This time it's MLP, Season 9, Episode 11, Student Counsel. Now, at first, the title intrigued me because I thought that this might have been an anime-inspired episode, with the Student 6 deciding to form their own student council. You know, you see, like, they are the student council, like, they are the ones that run this school. Like, I thought we might go down that, like, cliche, we are the big bosses of this school kind of thing, like, just for a bit of fun. Like... I really hoped that that would be the case, but I have since learned, although I don't consider it a major spoiler, that this is somewhat of a Trixie and Starlight episode, and Trixie has mentioned in a prior episode that Starlight is her counselor. So, is Trixie aiming to become a student at the school to further learn about friendship and stuff, or has she learned enough considering she saved Equestria? And Starlight was rewarded with graduating from Twilight's house arrest at that point. So I think Trixie is kind of like earned the same recognition. So I don't think she needs the school. So it might be something different entirely. Trixie might be going through something in her life that she needs a lot of guidance on. And Starlight may be a little bit out of league on what's going on. Like, for some situations you're just never prepared for. Like, and you can only do your best. And sometimes that might not be enough. But I don't know, this is student council, so I think the students are still involved. But Trixie as well? I'm intrigued. I can't make a solid prediction out of this because two factions I never associate with each other, Trixie, Lulamoon, and the Student 6, I don't usually picture them together. I picture them as their own separate kind of episode kind of deals. Like, I don't think they've ever even interacted with each other. I know Trixie filled in as a substitute once, but she only interacted with Discord, I'm sure. So, I don't know. Student Council. Maybe Starlight gives helpful advice to the students with their problems, but Trixie gives them more immediate yet dangerous advice. And because what Trixie's saying sounds more immediate, the students are more inclined to believe her over Starlight. And then things go wrong, and it was like, oh, well, damn. I'm sorry, Starlight, I should have just let you do your job because you're more qualified than me. Like, I shouldn't have been, like, overstepping and trying to fill these students' heads with my crazy ideas. I don't know. That's it for predictions. Otherwise, I have no clue what's going to happen. But hey, it's Starlight and Trixie, two of my all-time favourite characters of this show, so I am probably going to love this episode.
I know how hard you've been working lately, so I figured you could use a break.
Oh, Trixie, how sweet!
Trixie, this looks amazing, but my job doesn't really seem like work. Oh, speaking of...
Oh, I see. You can't spend time with your girlfriend. Oh, poor Trixie.
Sure, being counselor for the students at Twilight's School of Friendship is demanding, but... Oh, one sec.
Trixie, you do realise Starlight's going to be even busier in the future when she has to run the castle and the school.
Oh, right. Being able to use the experiences of my checkered past to help young students feels pretty great.
I bet.
Yum. Thanks.
Of course, I feel nothing but admiration for the work you do, but it is a little all-consuming, and I miss spending time with you.
Oh!
Talking about, we're spending time right now.
Well...
She means uninterrupted time, you socially dense motherfucker. I can say that because I'm autistic.
Sorry. I cast a spell on the door to my office, so this bracelet goes off whenever there's a knock. Yona is having the worst time with her braids lately.
Have you ever considered chopping the braids off?
One more point of contention, I need some intervention. Approach with vague intentions, betray my short attention, span the distance.
I was gonna say, before the intro cut me off,
I totally
that
respect
tea
my
party
younger cousin's
totally had a
decision
lot
to
of
stay
good meme
single.
face material.
I've never been on dry land.
Preparing for a visit with them is almost as much work as the research assignment Head Mayor Twilight gave me on hazardous fauna of the Everfree Forest. How would you describe a shower to creatures who live in water? So far, I've got warm and steamy. Actually, steam has water in it.
Silverstream, there are a lot of students who want to see me today.
I just need a few shower adjectives that don't rely on
Yeah,
the wet
this
part.
isn't really a counseling
Well,
question.
there's clean,
This is just a
relaxing,
normal question.
Relaxing? I don't know. A nap's relaxing too. Warm and clean are okay. Wow, I have to give this some more thought.
Yeah, you go do that.
Okay,
Go
well,
think.
I'm here to help. My door's always open.
Except for today, of course.
Okay.
If we leave now, we can finish everything before sundown.
Trixie, I can't leave. It's almost spring break. Twilight and the others have already left to celebrate the spring solstice in Canterlot, and I have to
spring
help the students
solstice.
with
Have we
any
heard of that
issues
before?
They head home for the holiday.
I know
Wow,
you're busy,
Trixie.
But I hope you haven't forgotten about the spring solstice. The party
Wow.
Mud and Mudbriar are throwing. Sunburst is coming to town. You and I promised to make the cake.
Oh, honey,
How
you're
could
in
I
the
possibly
doghouse.
Forget about that.
I really can't see this as anything other than a relationship.
No pony is saying
Like,
your job
we
isn't
never
important,
go out
but the friends
anymore.
you make with your friends are important too.
I know. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have forgotten. Obviously, I need to be available to my students, but that doesn't mean I can't help with all the things we have to do.
Good.
Great.
Bless her. I don't blame
So,
Trixie,
what
you know.
are
Like,
all the things we have to do?
it can be difficult to
Mods
deal
and
with
streamers for the
these
decorations.
feelings of
Sunburst
neglect,
wants
even
us
if
to
you
pick up a
know
genuine
someone's
pre-
doing something for the
equestrian
right
solstice
reasons.
chafing dish from the antique shop.
Of course he does.
Mudbriar wants a bouquet of flowering sticks, whatever that means, and I thought we were both looking forward to Mrs. Cake teaching us the secret recipe to her famous spring solstice cake.
Oh, I totally am.
Trixie is
But
just
we could just
gonna give a
buy
plethora
cake
of
from her,
faces in this
right?
episode.
We could, but then we'd miss out on baking together. Plus, the time I spent flattering and convincing and begging her to share the recipe would be for nothing. And we promised to make a cake, not buy a cake, and the great and powerful Trixie keeps her promises!
Okay. Why don't we just split up these jobs? I'll get the streamers and the chafing dish. You get started on those sticks, and I'll be right back.
You're walking on thin ice right now, Starlight.
Why don't I just hang on to this? Wouldn't want to forget.
I
the
mean,
things
I'm sure if you
just said I'd take
explain to
care
the
of.
students that
Because
you need
I
a
am
break, they'd
totally gonna
understand.
Take care of them.
You ponies are nice people. Like,
Could it be Plum Blossom?
the students
I
are
have no
learning
idea.
friendship. They'll understand.
Oops. Sorry, Rose, but I need a bouquet of flowering sticks stat.
I thought I was getting the flowering sticks.
I'm still not exactly sure what they are.
No one is.
Right, got it. You get the sticks, I'll get the streamers. Right after I take care of what I'm sure is an
It's
even
gonna be
smaller
sundown
problem.
before you're available. That is one of the most adorable things I've ever seen in this show.
Shower thing under control.
Putting that
but
out there.
I can't figure out how to describe a towel.
Silverstream, just wait until they invent Google for you, okay, sweetie?
School can be a bit drafty, but that doesn't mean you can breathe fire anywhere you want.
That smirk,
Trixie
that
already
smirk
took
is
Sunburst's
everything.
Genuine pre-equestrian equinox chafing dish. That was my job. I think. Wait. Was it? Marcellus, it's perfectly normal for a changeling to struggle with identity issues, but
Counselor Starlight! When you're done, I need some synonyms for the word dry. Or really just help explaining the concept.
I'm pretty sure they know what
Wait,
dry
Miss Cake,
means.
you
It's the
can't
difference
call
between a
us. Trixie
hippogriff
I
and a
need to
sea
learn the recipe
pony.
for your equinox cake.
Oh, it's fine, dear. Trixie was already here. I told her everything she needs to know.
What? No! Oh, the great and powerful Trixie might keep her promises, but the busy and distracted Starlight sure doesn't. I promised to help her
This is one of those
today,
cool
and I haven't
episodes
done a
where you can
single
see
thing.
both sides.
Oh, that does sound hard, dear. And I'm not quite sure how to tell you this, but your heart is glowing.
Of course.
Oh yes, I have a friendship mission located entirely within my office.
Trixie?
That was
what
cool.
Are you doing here?
It's the one place I knew I could find you.
I am so sorry about today. I'm just so
Busy, I know. Obviously, your students are more important than your friends.
Well, actually, it's that they're both important,
Starlight,
and she's having trouble balancing both.
Actually, Silverstream, I don't. Besides, I need to lock up the school for the holiday, and it's time you caught the train home. I'm sure a smart and capable student like you can figure out the solution to any problem over the break. But for now, the counselor's office is closed.
I mean, you have been bothering her for a while. Like, you shouldn't take one rejection so hard.
Yow! Is this cake supposed to be so sharp? I mean, it looks really...
Don't insult a lady's cooking.
Technically, it's not symmetrical or aesthetically pleasing.
Maybe it's not the best cake, but we made it together, and that's what counts.
I'm glad you brought it. And everything else. I'm very excited.
I forgot
This
how
is going
pretty
to be
this
the
place
most
is.
Perfect party ever.
And with all of your students home for the holiday, I won't have to worry about you being summoned to your office in the middle of it.
Is she gonna go on a map mission?
Nothing is gonna take me away from this party.
Hello? Starlight? Starlight?
Oh, hello, Terramar.
Sorry, this is a private cavern.
Get the
Is
fuck
Starlight
out my
here?
cave.
I was told she'd be here.
What's wrong?
I'm Terramar, Silverstream's brother. I've been looking all over for you. Silverstream is missing.
Wow, Trixie, stop. I love you, but stop.
I don't understand. Silverstream didn't come home?
But Maud had the reaction of the episode there. Get the fuck out my cave.
She never showed up. It's a long way between Ponyville and Mount Eris. She could be anywhere. Our parents are leading teams of hippogriffs and sea ponies, searching the land and sea between here and our home. They sent me to check the school.
But the school's closed. All the students are gone.
Are you sure? I know she had a big project due for Twilight. Do you think she might have stayed to finish it?
She never told me about a project.
Well, to be fair, you closed your office the last time she came by.
Really?
Well, that's sort of like a
Kind of
boy who
counselor
cried
turns
wolf
away a student
situation.
With a problem.
The kind with too much on her plate. Starlight has always gone out of her way for her students.
Aw.
And I mean always.
Except apparently when it matters. This is all my
I still
fault.
say that's a boy cried
You all
wolf
go
kind
back
of
to the
thing.
party. Terramar and I will check the school. We'll
She
find your
kept-
sister.
She kept coming with uselessness, and then the one time she wants
I
something
should've known
important.
it couldn't last. Party perfection is more of a Pinky thing.
I wasn't going to say anything, but these flowers are just glued on, so technically, it wasn't perfect already. But that's probably not important.
You check the grounds and I'll look inside. Silverstream?
Yeah, I honestly don't put blame on anyone in this situation.
No!
Starlight can't really be blamed for assuming Silverstream had nothing important to say because she was wasting her time with inane bullshit before. I'm sorry, am I mean for thinking
not
that?
down here.
Am I mean?
I don't see her anywhere.
Did you check her room?
Oh, I love the lighting in here.
She's not here.
No, she isn't. But look at this.
A cockatrice?
Could that be what her project was on? You don't think she went into the Everfree Forest to find a cockatrice by
Oh,
herself? do
Everfree
you?
Forest episode.
But I'm going to find out.
You can make your own way there.
Oh, what are you all doing here?
We came to help.
We couldn't let you handle this alone.
Technically, she wasn't alone. But we wanted to help anyway.
How can anyone hate this guy?
Thanks.
I think
All of
he's
you.
funny.
But the students are my responsibility. I'm the one who didn't do my job when it actually mattered.
I might share a bit of the blame for pressuring you into leaving work early.
But I don't want to.
Well, like I said, I can see both sides of
We can
this.
still have a
No
party.
one side is entirely to blame.
Search party.
And that's cool.
Can we talk about all this later? Silverstream might be in the Everfree Forest alone.
We think she went in to do research on cockatrices.
What? The gaze of the cockatrice is known to petrify any.
Yes,
who
we
dared
watched
cross
the
its
show,
path.
my guy.
And the reptilian birds are elusive and solitary. Where would we even start?
I have a
Why
lot of
is there a
experience
single
telling ponies
cockatrice
that I
on
have
its own in
experience with the
Tartarus?
dangerous creatures
That's
of
what I
Everfree
want to know.
Forest.
What did that
Follow
one
me.
cockatrice do that was so bad compared to his species? Where's his story? At least this proves that there's a whole race of them, and it wasn't the same one that was in season 1, even though it could have been. I don't know.
Directionally astute Trixie says we go left.
It eases my fears that the Manticore Fluttershy befriended in the season 1 premiere was the same one we saw in Tartarus. This gives me hope it was a different Manticore that was probably eviler. I asked the important questions of Jim Miller on Twitter, and he was too cowardly to respond to me. Wow, I think we passed this rock like 5 times.
Weren't we just here?
Trixie, do you have any idea how to find a cockatrice?
No, but usually when there's a dangerous creature in the forest I don't want to meet, this is how I meet them.
We might need a more concrete plan.
Suit yourself.
According to Silverstream's research, the cockatrice prefers rocky terrain and ample shade.
Rocks and
It
shade.
was quite shadowy
I can't imagine where we'll
where
find
the
that
CMC
in
ran
the
into it.
forest.
Actually, rocks aren't the most hospitable environment for shade trees.
Technically, pine trees like Pinus cembra or Pinus sylvestris can grow from narrow crevasses or cracks in a rocky rhizosphere.
You complete me.
There's some pine trees over
Oh
there.
my gosh, that is one of the most adorable lines in the show. The way Maud said that, you could feel the emotion come through. That was pure love.
Solitary.
They are. This must be some kind of migration. At least there's no sign of Silverstream. I can't imagine getting caught in the middle of that flock.
It's just lucky we're all over here and they're all over there.
Technically,
Don't even say it.
Whatever you do, don't look at them. Their gaze can turn you to stone.
They work like Endermen. Don't look directly at them. You don't want to mess with the cockatrice. No, 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 no.
Sunburst!
Jesus, you almost killed your childhood
I'm
friend.
so sorry. We have to get out of here.
I know. Hang on.
He nearly nuked her face off.
Can't leave. Silverstream might still be in the forest. Stay here. I'll get the others.
Be careful.
She's already gone. She can't hear.
The clucking is coming from everywhere.
The great and powerful Trixie fears no blow.
Do your smoke bomb escape. Oh, hey, smoke bomb.
Come on.
They're lucky that their gaze doesn't turn each other into stone.
Maud, we've got to get out of here.
I'm not leaving him.
Aww.
Mudbrier's been turned to stone?
I didn't think I could love him anymore.
We've got to get out of here.
Maud.
Silverstream, we can't leave yet.
Why are you trying to be like the greatest thing about this episode? There's something so touching about how in love she is. Regardless of your opinion on Mudbriar, you've got to appreciate this. Why didn't it take the chance to turn her into stone right then?
This way!
Damn, that's a lot of them.
Now what?
Let's hope Silverstream found a good place to hide. There could be hundreds more cockatrices on the way. If this really is a migration, it'll take a full lunar cycle.
Well, she's in the forest. Is she in the student's new treehouse?
Silverstream could be surrounded by those terrifying birds.
That's in the forest.
And as handsome as Mudbriar is now, we should probably catch one of them to turn him back to normal.
I love that him being stone
all my fault.
does something for
I'm never
Maud.
taking time
That's
off
so
my
in
counseling
character.
duties again.
That seems a little extreme.
Really? If I hadn't galloped off to a holiday celebration, Silverstream would be safe with her family, and you'd all be enjoying Maud's party. Instead, my student is missing, we're surrounded by a flock of petrifying chicken snakes, and Maud's boyfriend
Pretty
was
much.
turned into a hunk of rock!
You got the hunk part right.
And to top it off, we have no idea if
I don't
Silverstream
even have to
came
say it.
Everfree at all. But I have no idea where else to look.
Has that always been there?
What? Oh, that's the student's treehouse. Apparently, it grew from the tree of
I'm
harmony.
surprised that you didn't think of this
course.
right away.
That's been the first place we looked.
Of course she was gonna be in there. Seriously, Maud and Mud are one of the best things about this episode.
Silverstream, look out! Counselor Starlight, no! Wait!
Is it because you're pot bird?
This is Edith. She's helping me with my project.
I don't understand.
After you encouraged me to solve my own problem, I decided to get my project done before I left. That way I could really focus on my family during my visit. The school was closed, so I came here.
Why didn't you tell anyone? Mom and Dad are worried sick.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. Once Edith volunteered to help, I guess I lost track of time.
So nobody has
Cockatrices are really
any
friendly if
blame.
you know how to interact with them.
Fantastic. I like that.
I can't believe you figured out how to trigger her nesting response.
So it was
They are really
Silverstream
fascinating
who
creatures. Did you know
caused
that they
all
migrate
this
to the
worry
Everfree Forest
by
once a
herself.
year? Can you imagine?
She
what
wasn't
would happen
hurt.
if you
Her
stuck
feelings
a
weren't
whole
hurt. It's all
flock of
fine.
these?
I have a few ideas.
I'm sorry you got turned to stone looking for me, but I'm glad Edith was able to turn you back.
How do you tell the difference?
I have mixed feelings about it.
Technically, I will always be a stick pony, but the experience has given me an even deeper appreciation for the density and permanence of rock.
Swoon.
Silverstream and I should get going. I wanted to thank you for everything you did to help Mom.
Swoon.
I just wish I hadn't abandoned her in the first place.
Starlight,
You
couldn't
didn't.
abandon her.
I might as well have. And even though it turned out all right, things could have been a lot worse.
No matter how many
Can't be
seasons it's
expected to
been, Starlight
supervise your
can't resist
students every
beating
second
herself
of
up.
every day.
I'm not so sure.
I like that you're always available, but it kind of makes it okay to come to you with stuff that maybe isn't super important.
Of
I
course,
have been
being a school
justified.
counselor is a big responsibility.
I have been
All of being
justified.
working
She
with
cried
any
wolf
pony,
with all of her bullshit.
especially me.
Do you think if I had set times to see me, it might help you decide what you really need to talk about?
To be honest, you really weren't very
Thank
helpful with the
you.
other stuff anyway.
Yeah, wait, what?
Happy Spring Solstastic, every pony! Who wants a piece of Mrs. Cake's famous?
Petrified dessert?
You had me at petrified.
Maud! Okay, you know what? Screw it. You win. Okay, you win, Maud. You win. You get the MVP of the episode. Are you happy? Are you happy? You better be. Because you have just been killing it with everything you're doing. Like, your literal swooning over Mudbriar is some of the cutest shit, and I am all for it. put me on one of those images. You know how they have those images? Me, that gay shit. And you're just like scooping it down. You know, just put me and that cute shit. And I'm guzzling it down just the same. Like, just give me that. All of that. All of that wholesome Maud fawning over her boyfriend. Like, it's so great to see her being so happy and in love. It's the sweetest thing ever. Oh, that is going to be some of the most reaction-worthy things about this episode to watch from other reactors. Maud just going full girlfriend mode, full adoring girlfriend mode. It's fantastic. Well, as I said, I feel very justified. I did get the feeling right away that Silverstream brought the whole thing on herself by bringing inane nothing problems to Starlight, when I'm pretty sure a counselor is supposed to be for the more hard to handle and serious topics, not whatever petty trivial, how do I describe a towel to someone kind of thing. Like, I was actually justified in thinking that. That's the route the episode went with. Like, maybe I shouldn't have been doing that and wasting your time that could have been spent getting the important ponies out of the way so you had more free time. Like, that's a good lesson to treat things like this more seriously. So that's what I'm really glad about. Trixie didn't have much blame. Starlight didn't have much blame. If anything, most of the blame went to Silverstream. Because she was the one who didn't notify home about what she was doing and caused everyone to panic and look for her, which granted is a very teenage thing to do. It's very fitting that she's a student and she caused all this hullabaloo. Like, that's sometimes what happens. They just skimp off and everyone's like, hey, wait, where's my kid? What's happened? And then it turns out they were just at a friend's house or something and they didn't tell anyone and caused a worry over nothing. That happens. So, yeah, okay. This is one of those episodes where I'm very glad to say that they went straight down the middle road. Like, there was no big blame. There was no, like, big apology that was deserved. There was no one made out to be a bad guy. Everybody had valid points and reasons for doing what they were doing. And in the end, Silverstream going off and doing her own thing ended up saving the day because she befriended the cockatrice that was with her, which again raises severe questions about what one of them was randomly doing in Tartarus, but I doubt I'll ever get an answer for that. Yeah, Trixie gave some awesome faces. Starlight as well, like, gave some awesome faces. I think that's going to be something I'll be able to say about every single episode this season, considering it was a very similar case for Season 8. Like, they're just having a lot of fun. They're really going as far as they can with the animation in these last few seasons. They're really having fun with it, and I appreciate that. It's just really nice to see. Silverstream was pretty cute, I guess, but nothing can compare with the cuteness that is Maud. Like, sometimes just the way you deliver a line is more important than the line itself. Like, you can just tell from the monotone way that Maud usually speaks, that little bit of an elevated emotion in her voice made it so apparent how in love she's become with Mudbriar, and it's the sweetest thing ever. Like I said in the reaction, I don't know how people can outright despise or hate this guy unless they know people like him in real life and they don't need to hear it repeated back to them while they watch a cartoon that they're trying to entertain themselves with. I understand that angle, but at the same time, how can you not laugh at how ridiculous he is? How does he not entertain you? Like, I might not just get... I might just not get it, like the annoyance that you have for him, those of you that do, but I love him. I want more of him and his relationship with Maud. Swooning girlfriend Maud is a side of Maud that I didn't know I needed to see so badly, and Now it's all I can think about, and I want more of it before the show ends. It was great to get more Mudbriar involvement in general, actually. Like, actually contributing to the story, even if it was as a victim. And, you know, providing some banter and proving that he learned his lesson from his debut. Like, he knew to reel it back a little bit when he noticed he was getting some funny looks. You know, that's a good mark of development and progress. Maud, as well as being cute, had one of the best reactions of anything ever. The first response to this panicked student looking for Starlight, just like, this is a private party. Like, get the fuck out of my game. That's the only way to read that. Like, no trespassers. Oh my. Yeah, as I said near the beginning, Starlight and Trixie's initial conflict felt sort of like a lover's tiff, like people that have been married for years, and then it's like, oh, we never go out anymore, you're always so busy with work, can't you just take some time off for me? Like, the conflict spiraled from there. But I'm just going to finish off by saying that I can't believe how justified I've been over these past 2 episodes. I don't want to sound conceited or anything, I'm just happy. Like, changing my answer to Big Mac just before it was revealed that the steed creature was Big Mac, and now this time, with me very early on saying, well, it's kind of Silverstream's own fault for bothering Starlight with useless stuff before, because then how is she going to expect that you're coming around with something serious the very next time you come in? Like, that's a boy cried wolf kind of thing, and that's what it proved to be. And I also predicted that neither Trixie nor Starlight had much of a blame in this, because Silverstream even absolves her of it at the end. You know, they try and trick you into thinking, oh, Starlight made her upset by snubbing her. Oh, Starlight, you should have listened to every single student because that shows how much you care, blah, blah, blah. But that is the amateur hour, and MLP's writing has matured beyond amateur hour, I will say that. They know that they can do this kind of conflict and have the guts to say, actually, don't worry about it. I was being an idiot. Like, since when did the kids' shows do that? It's like, oh, no, you didn't actually upset me. I realized you were right. So, you... Oh, my God. That is brilliant. She realized, yeah, I should just get this done and stop trying to bother you. Like, and just... You know, she wanted to do things her own way. I'm running out of words to describe this, but I'm sure you get the angle I'm going for. My goodness, this was a good episode. This is definitely in my top 10 for the season. It remains to be seen if it'll be in my top 5, depending on how the second half of the season goes. I know we're not even at the halfway point yet. I'm just saying there's a lot of time left for amazing episodes, but I will say that right now this is a very high tier episode for me based on personal enjoyment. It's got a lot of my favourite characters in it, some really adorable moments, a very nuanced conflict that had no one with a clear blame. Everybody had a goat in this race, and we got to see more Cockatrice lore. We got to visit the Everfree Forest again, and yeah, this combination of characters hasn't really interacted either. We had Terramar, Silverstream, Maud and Mudbriar, Trixie and Starlight all together. Like, very unique combination, I have to admit. And I'm all for it. Yeah, this was a treat. I'm really glad I decided to record this right after episode 10 instead of waiting a day like I was going to. Because now I feel even more energized than I did before. MLP is ending so strongly that I think it will absolutely break me if they don't stick the season 9 finale, if they don't stick that landing. Oh, I know there's a long way to go yet. There's several months before then, considering we only get 4 episodes a month. I can't help but think about it. the fact that, oh no, we're already 11 episodes in, the season finale is approaching. Like, you can't help think that way. Like, every episode we get in is an episode we get closer to the end. We run out of the next episode in front of us. Like, oh, no. Fill in more gaps. No, we're getting close to the end. No! It's a bit like approaching death as you get older. Sorry if that's a bit morbid, but... Wow, okay. Yeah, I think I've said everything I can about this episode. It was a very big treat for me, considering I'm a fan of all these characters. And I only hope that the fan service continues. Maybe a Discord and Fluttershy episode, pretty please? Yeah, see you guys next time.